Welcome back to Two Fat Guys Discuss presents Tangent. Now, for the first time since we brought him up about a year ago, Cranker. And now, Cranker, you go to the table. Coming back as always
is Carl.
And then the original fat guy. The original fat guy. Gentlemen, we are in a post Guardians of the Galaxy world now.
Yes, we are.
Now, before we, because Cranker saw it, he didn't see a very good copy of it, because Cranker was like the rest of us.
Yeah.
Before we go into how, without spoiling it too much, what you thought of the movie, did you hear about the big thing that happened launch day for this movie?
No, what?
People got showed the wrong fucking movie.
People got showed the wrong movie?
Yes. So it's called Guardians of the Galaxy. Back like 2 years ago, DreamWorks put out a movie, Rise of the Guardians or something.
Oh, yeah.
I had like the Easter Bunny and
all that shit.
They were playing that movie as Guardians of the Galaxy, and then
Wait, you mean like the one that they introduced Jack Frost as a teenager?
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Australian Easter Bunny.
Yeah, the Australian Easter Bunny. Hey, the Easter Bunny was badass. My daughter loves that movie. The Easter Bunny was badass with his boomerangs, okay?
So yeah, apparently they were showing that in terms of Guardians. So Guardians, is it worth the money?
I would pay to go see a better fucking version of it. I was like, the jokes are fucking, as long as you know comic books, it's like they're in there, so.
So Guardians is set up more, not so much as just like a mass media movie, but there is enough in there for the fanboys.
Well, yeah, but it's also just basically introducing them and the fucking whole fight, how they became.
Do you remember? Okay, so what's the dude's name?
What?
The big bad with the hammer. Do you remember it?
Ronan, I think, or Rome.
We were talking about it on the Lost episode. One day, last week's episode will get it released, but there's too much dead air. I don't like dead air. We can't fucking remember the dude's name for the life of us.
Well, like, they fucking blasted everywhere. The Collector's the big bad, the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy and everything, and it's just...
And he just comes up for a spit fuck, basically?
He's, like, there for, like, 16, maybe 20 seconds.
No shit.
Well, maybe a little bit longer, conversation-wise, but movie.
Movie-wise?
Movie time.
How was John C. Reilly in the movie?
I don't know which one that is.
He's the dude from Step Brothers that was playing...
Oh, he did.
He worked for Glenn Close's character.
He did a good role. But
yeah, he did good?
He was kind of like the guy everyone... Like, he's a higher-ranking officer or something like that. But everyone knows he's kind of slow a little bit.
Okay.
Like, they kind of seem like they dumb things down just for him.
Okay.
I need to ask this question. Is Mr. Raccoon as funny as we expect him to be?
I think it was.
You think it was?
Bradley Cooper did a good job. And then lastly, I asked you this earlier. You said, so what we were talking about, Baptista being Drax, and we're kind of worried about the performance.
Yeah.
Apparently, they just use straight up like a warrior version of Drax.
Okay.
They make jokes at him like you said. My reflexes are too. Nothing goes over my head. My reflexes are too good. Apparently, it's Drax. It's not Drax how he is now, where he understands everything. It's just straight up warrior Drax. So he's just like, that's all he knows is comment. He seems kind of like a lump of coal.
Yeah.
But if you really think about Drax, there's nothing but a lump of coal. But they didn't make him like, Durr!
They didn't make him Groot, They
didn't make him retarded, is basically what they did. Didn't, I should say. They didn't make him Sabretooth from the original X-Men. Let's put it that way. So, Guardians recommended?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyone that's fan of the comics would do it, but I didn't really read the comics. I just fucking...
Why? Because I had Marvel on it?
Yeah. It seemed interesting. It's like I knew who Rocket Director was.
Do we have a Marvel table again?
We do have a Marvel table again.
When Kat's here, we got
she's not. She even admits that she's not a huge DC fan.
That's true.
But mainly because of fucking Wonder Woman, but she's a huge Harley fan.
Yeah. Oh my God, Harley.
So there's a few things before, if we tangent or whatever. Granted, they're sort of new stories, but Two Fat Guys has been on such a hiatus that we're just kind of mix some news in, and these aren't the big stories or whatever, except for a couple of them. I'll basically name it off, tell what the situation is. We'll just get your thoughts on it. Who followed E3 this year?
Partly.
The game Evolve. Have you heard anything about this?
Very little.
Yeah.
It's been delayed again. It's delayed till 2015 now. Apparently, it was supposed to release in November.
It's E3. What game isn't?
Well, no, it's not even so much that it was supposed to release in November, and they were saying, oh, they want more time to work on it, and they're supposed to launch in like February. Okay, that's a everyone's trying to get out of November right now.
Mm-hmm.
Shadow of Mordor has done has done something the first time I've ever fucking seen, and a lot of people's ever seen. Instead of pushing back in November or pushing back to December, for the first time I ever remember, a AAA title is getting pulled forward.
Really?
It's releasing in September now. They're pulling their release date forward. The game's apparently pretty much done. They're just
fine-tuning it right now?
Fine-tuning and polishing. And the game looks so fucking good as it is.
I want to get it.
It would be the game to make me upgrade.
The thing it is my thought, the reason why they're just like fucking pulling away from November is there's so many fucking games coming out in November. They want to give at least the buyers a chance to fucking...
Well, right there, we already know that's dropping. Yeah. For those who can't see, which is everyone, Call of Duty poster on my wall, it's dropping. That's gonna pull money. We already know it's fucking
what they're trying to do is they're trying to get out for the holidays.
They don't want to be in the holiday window, which is fucking November.
Yeah.
So Evolve's getting pushed. You know, from what I've seen, it looks really interesting. It's 4v1.
Okay, haven't seen it.
It's 4v1, but it's like, so say we were playing, huh?
One player is the boss, and the other four are the heroes or whatever.
Yeah, like you play this monster, big ass fucking monster, and you get like X amount of time before the match as the monster, just go around and eat shit and hide to gain up enough to evolve again, and then after so much time, the other four players will play like the hunters basically. Go and just find your ass, dude, and it's your job to kill these fuckers. And I've seen games get totally wiped out, just like the monsters go on, but I've seen games that fucking the monsters wreck shit on the hunters too. It literally all depends on.
As long as it doesn't turn into like an AVP fucking game where you play as the fucking predators and all them.
Mm-hmm.
That is just like mag for the PlayStation.
Yeah.
And straight fucking multiplayer and nothing else, like 4 maps.
Yeah.
Well, they're saying that they're gonna launch with 3 monsters, which we've already seen the Goliath, which is the big King Kong tank motherfucker. Then there's the Kraken, which looks like Cthulhu. This fucker can like fly and does a lot of range damage. And then there's supposed to be one more that they're gonna show off beforehand, and then one more that no one's going to be allowed to see until the game comes out. And then they got 2 sets of classes right now, which is they got the standard medic, and then they have like different, more OP versions of them too, which I don't know how that's gonna work. I hope they're like an unlockable side class, because by default everyone's gonna want to play as the overpowered dudes. Like there's the new healer's Lazarus, and he can like ranged res people, like sit and range like. But at the same time, they balance them out because he can't take a lot of damage. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to say this.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it, so I'm like.
Well, we'll keep on video games. So you don't know the game because I talked to you about it earlier. You know Tropico?
I've heard of it.
I wish Bear was here. Bear would be able to. Me and him are huge fans. Tropico, we've talked about it. I watched past episodes. It's getting banned in Thailand.
Really? Why?
Well, it's a political simulation game, and they think it will cause unrest and unruliness.
Oh, that's just the government going, no, we don't want the people to see the truth.
Bungie's not having matchmaking in Destiny. Because it's like you versus the environment. And like apparently there's gonna be matchmaking for like the little raids, which are like, like 20-minute set pieces. that you can go into a lobby. Oh, I'm doing this raid and then join up. Well, when they do these big, there's these other things that they're called. These are going to take like 1 to 2 hours to complete alone, even with a full party. They're not doing matchmaking for it, but they're also explaining it as it's easy. If you really think about it, it's easier to find people in your friends or people you've played with because you're going to meet new people through the game to do little events versus trying to get a group of people together for 4 hours, especially complete strangers.
Yeah.
So, it makes sense. I remember on WoW, like you played WoW, didn't you?
For a short brief time.
Getting people together for the big raids was really hard.
Yeah.
Because you know you're going to be chopping away at it
for those people that could get large fucking groups together for a raid, it sucked to be on the receiving end of it.
Yes.
Hired in a fucking tavern.
Then we'll end the last. There are 2 more things before we just go into general discussion. Ending on games. So some of the GameStops in Pennsylvania now, or I think it's Pennsylvania, are now required for fingerprints for when you trade in shit.
Really? Why is that?
Well, apparently what it is, it's backdooring, and it's GameStop basically making sure they can keep their license. Really, if you really look at it after I explain it, where they're at has a law even with pawnbrokers. Like pawn stores and stuff, anywhere you can sell shit to, they do it's so it can cut down on people selling stolen merchandise and try to keep track of shit like that. But they're doing it now with the GameStops because they have a used department. Don't like the idea. Totally understand the circumstance. What do you think?
I kind of can see why they do it. I mean, it probably will help cut down on stolen merchandise. It saves their ass if they buy something stolen. You know, it's basically them covering their ass.
But the fact
for a game store, I mean, it kind of just seems like it's going a little.
Well, you gotta think systems, and now they're doing. You can trade in like iPhones, and iPads and shit like that too.
I would assume anything under $100 that'd be like value wise.
Maybe
that's not what they're giving you because we all know GameStop's starting to like.
GameStop's got too much. I'll defend GameStop. GameStop has too much shit to be giving us primo merchandise now, or primo prices for our used merchandise. They have too much goddamn shit.
I won't ever sell to GameStop. I just won't.
I'd rather. Well, no. As far as I'm concerned, I love GameStop. I will shop from GameStop. I will buy from GameStop for days.
Let me take in 150 of these rare games that you can't find anymore. I'll give you $6.50 for it.
Well, you know why?
You know what?
They have a fucking surplus of this damn games, and they need to push it out their door. I told you.
Go to like Allied. Oh, I'll give you $50-something for it or something. I'm like, I'll take it to one of those stores before I take it to GameStop.
The thing is, not even so much on my end. As far as selling back shit, I'll give it to Replay or Allied or something.
I'll do a buybacks. Buybacks is really good too.
What about you, Chris?
It's like normally I just go to GameStop just to deal with them because I have friends there and everything, so they throw anything like their employee discount in there.
True. I used to.
But it's a love-hate relationship with them and me because it's like I buy a lot of games from them, but like with Force Unleashed and Force Unleashed 2, that was like a 24-hour rent for both games in one day because I played through it.
So I'm taking your advice. Tomorrow, hopefully, me and Ashley are gonna go buy Borderlands.
Do it.
Taking your advice. That way we can. Me and the wifey can spend some quality time together and...
Don't call it quality time. You know she's gonna watch this now and she's gonna be like, you son of a bitch.
It's mainly my excuse to get a new game.
well, that on top of it, it's a fun game. Like, me and Jen are playing through Borderlands 2 right now.
I'm trying to get a game that she'll be in, because she's trying to get interested in stuff that I am.
Mm-hmm.
Just to...
Oh, yeah.
So, Resident Evil 5, she wasn't really that into. We tried it. She just couldn't get it.
Borderlands has enough of a fun aspect to it that it's a converter. Jen plays Jen never beat Borderlands 1 because we just stopped playing it. And then we just started Borderlands 2. And I know it's a series she likes. Jen's like, don't, Jesus. I love Jen, but there's only one problem with Jen in Borderlands. She likes her guns too much. You know you can't fall in love with a gun in Borderlands, Craig, or you've played it enough. You can't fall in love with a gun in Borderlands. Especially during like the first half of the game. Because it's like, I love this assault rifle. 10 minutes later, you're going to find a fucking better assault rifle. And you're like, I don't want to switch. Because, you know, maybe the fire rate or just something's different. And she's like that with her SMGs. Like the SMG she had for a while, it did like 11 damage, but it had a really good fire damage on it. But we're at a point where that's not
enough.
She's dropping 4 clips into. When you're dropping 4 clips into someone to take them down, it is not an effective gun.
That's more than 2 clips.
That's why when we played, we didn't even get out of the tutorial.
Dude, it doesn't matter what gun. It does not even matter what gun you have. That motherfucker will eat all of your ammo. I swear to God, that thing is programmed to read your ammo counter, and that's how you kill it. Yeah, you never really got out of the tutorial.
No, we played the tutorial, but even in the tutorial, I did nothing but with the assassin. I just knifed everybody.
The assassin, you can get away with it for a while.
You know what? I'm the type of person who in video games, if there is a melee weapon available, give me the melee weapon. Dead Island.
Well, it's like Borderlands 2, you've seen Zero and everything, and kind of like how he's always using the sword. I was like, yeah, it's cool, it's in his melee attack, but it'd be cool if it was like, if you maybe sacrificed one weapon thing just for that sword, and you can get like smaller mods for his sword or something. That would have been
like you upgrade his gun and it'll be on par or a little below par with weapons you have, but it would be your 4th weapon slot. I
was like, a lot of people argue too, if they did that, they would have to give like Axton that rocket launcher in the beginning and just let him do that. I was like, I wouldn't mind. I would sacrifice rocket launchers for that.
Well, the rocket launchers in that game are so hard, just for the fact that because you can't buy rocket ammo at Sanctuary. There's only certain places you can go in the world to buy rocket launcher ammo.
And they're probably expensive.
Oh, it's not expensive, but the SDUs that make your pocket bigger, they nerf the rocket. You could take Brick in the first game, rockets all day, and never run out of ammo. Now it's like the rocket launcher is designed just for vehicle combat and mass groups. You're not allowed to use it like you would an assault rifle. Like, that's bullshit! And then, last thing I find interesting, so I'm putting it on the docket. You remember the movie School of Rock that came out with Jack Black?
Yeah.
Nickelodeon's turning it into a TV show.
Really?
Yes.
That would be actually. Are they having Jack Black come back?
There's no confirmed returning characters,
if they do
but
that would be sweet.
The concept's coming back. I wouldn't not see Jack Black doing it.
It's interesting, but he made that character, so.
Yeah, he did make that character. You know, he's a well-known. It was a good movie. It was a well-known movie, and he was a well-known character. Unless they put in a different teacher with a different name.
They haven't announced that if anyone's coming back, because the little chick that becomes the manager at the end or whatever.
Miranda Cott.
She's a big star on Nickelodeon too now, apparently.
Yeah.
But the thing is I could see Jack coming back. For one, he has a kid now, and he's doing and he already works for Nickelodeon with Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah. It wouldn't be that hard to get him to be.
But as far as a TV show goes, I'm sorry, Jack Black is.
You don't see it?
TV show, no, because Jack comes because of his inside jokes and because of the way, like, when he's allowed to push the envelope, even in School of Rock, and start cussing, he just sounds funny when he fucking cusses.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be able to do the inside jokes and stuff on Nickelodeon.
That's true. Unless they put it at Nick at Night, but I don't see it.
I don't know.
Speaking of stuff coming back, Hellboy 3. They're talking about actually making a Hellboy 3.
I know Kat's going to be mad at me if she watches that because I did that. Kat! So I wake up and I hop on Facebook on my day off. And like, scroll. And Kat doesn't do much on Facebook, we know that.
No.
And in big ass letters, like it's yelling at me, here, fucking Hellboy 3! I'm like, and I just remember how much of a fucking disappointment Hellboy 2 was. Hellboy 1 was amazing.
It was.
Hellboy 2 just got... Am I watching, like, the Nick Jr. version of fucking Hellboy? Because it just got really fucking goofy for no damn reason. And a lot of people like that, but I'm like, no!
If they went back to what they did in the first movie, I'll accept it.
Or give us a happy medium.
Yeah.
Because the action stuff in 2 was amazing. It looked good, lots of action. It just, the filler they put in there?
Yeah.
And I understand they brought in a new comic book character, the Vapor dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't like him.
Could you find somebody else in the damn comic? No. Anyone else? Anyone fucking else from the comic? I would have accepted like a puddle on the ground over this fucking annoying fucking shit. And they give him the stereotypical annoying ass German voice, like you're like mine. Fuck you. I had to put up with it during Call of Duty with Richtofen? No, fuck you.
How'd you feel about Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland with Johnny Depp?
Love, hate.
Love, hate? They're making a second one, Through the Looking Glass.
Yeah, love, hate, just for the fact that, and for a further explanation, why I'll give you a watered down version why I don't like it. Check out Nostalgia Critic. He did a review of it.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of it, he sums up his feelings. Doug Walker, who is a Nostalgia Critic, was a huge Burton fanatic. But just like Alice in Wonderland, it's just like, oh, okay, well, we want to make this interesting. What do we do? Oh, we'll put the Burton twist on it. I feel when it's not his work, they're just using him to gather his audience.
Mm.
It was a beautiful movie. It was a decent movie. I own it. I own it.
I just think it kind of jumped around a lot.
It's just a little weird.
Well, it's Alice in Wonderland.
It was even weird for Alice in Wonderland, and it was just like, but then you just had Burton's dick rubbed all over it.
They're just like, no drugs, pump more in.
Quick, Johnny Depp, take some LSD. Now, let's do it.
Though, I mean...
I want to see the second one just because I've seen the first one. I want to see...
I'll let you see what happened to it.
I'm the type of person
I'll pick it up on DVD.
Whether they do no matter what movie it is, if I like the first one even a little bit, I'll watch the sequel just to see...
Well, that's what happened with me in Waiting, and I fell in love with it. What about you and Alice in Wonderland, sir?
I don't know, just... Not the other side, I like the crazy one.
Oh, Brothers Grimm style Alice?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was good.
Did you ever play the original one from the 90s?
No.
Apparently this thing is... I've never played it, but I've heard nothing but people telling me to go fucking play it. I'm like, well, do you have it? No, then shut the fuck up.
Right.
But yeah, so you played Alice Returns for the Xbox?
Yes.
Is it good? I heard it was clunky.
Like, I don't know, it's like... They try to show you what to do and everything like that, and it's just...
It just doesn't translate?
It just doesn't translate.
I heard it, it was a great story from what I hear, though. And the game looked beautiful, but it controlled like a brick.
Pelican theory here. Great for getting shit around, but once you get behind the wheel.
What is it, so, speaking of rim shit, so... I got creeped out the other day.
For what?
I got creeped out the other day. So I'm at the store. There you go. I'm out in a public place for one. I'm at the store during Watergeddon, which we survived.
Survived Watergeddon.
It's not over. It's not over. What if I could tell you you still couldn't drink the water?
You act like I do anyways.
Motherfucker's gonna die of kidney stones at 31.
Probably.
Why is he gonna die? Because the kidney stone's gonna be like this. It's just gonna be pure concentrated code red.
Hey, I take enough of a break from it.
Coming out looking like if I could swallow a ruby or something.
It's gonna come out like almost translucent and shit like that because it's just the sugar.
I've got this diamond. How much can I get for it?
I do that shit, John. Tell me what this is.
Why are you wearing gloves?
I've never seen this rock before.
Why are you wearing gloves? You don't know.
So I'm at Watergeddon. And, oh no, it was, you guys were there too. And
Were we?
this motherfucker right here, while you're paying. So we walk in, and as we're walking into the store, there's these chicks. I got all the Slurpees. All the ices.
Moe's,
yeah, we're up at Moe's, and Aaron's like, did they just steal those Slurpees? Because the bitch like walks out, like two bitches walk out with like armfuls of Slurpees right at that height, the tippity top, the first day of Watergeddon. And I'm like, no. And he's like in the car trying to figure it out because he never saw him pay. He just remembered Slurpees leaving. So, speaking of Moe's, are you sold?
Yeah, I'll probably start going there instead.
This is awesome. Especially if you like soda pop. Like if you're a Faygo drinker like I am, Moe's is amazing.
That's because they got 2 liters.
Well, I got the 2 liters, and even in their 20 ounce, like most people only carry like the basics. They got, Red Pop, Moon Mist, Orange, Grape, just.
Well, the Stop and Go,
Up at your corner's not bad either, but they
carry the Blue Moon Mist and stuff too.
But comparatively, oh my god, I discovered Moon Mist of Blue. At Moe's.
So it's
Moon
Faygo
Mist.
Haven.
It's pretty damn good. And they still have Fruit Punch Faygo in a 2 liter, and that's hard to find. So yeah, no, like one of these days, what we'll have to do is I'm gonna start like not a series on here, but just promoting Toledo because I'm tired of people shitting on Toledo so much. And yes, it is a shit city. But you don't live here, so don't shit on it. Because there are some good things. Like, you discovered Mr. E's recently.
Yes.
And that shop is...
fucking awesome. I mean, like, at first, just kind of from the outside when they're closed and the fucking bars in there, you're like, man, this is some small stoner little shop that, like, probably smells funny. And then you get in there and it's like, fucking awesome. Just...
oh, dude.
Mr. E.
Doesn't even smell like
Smoking gift shop. You're not a stoner.
Okay.
But there's a lot of cool shit.
Novelty items.
They have a lot of good shit. They got awesome posters, clothes, hacks, insets for the best price.
So it's kind of like a head shed type deal.
It's the shed, but fucking good.
But fucking good.
I'm sorry. Say what you'll never convert me to going back to the shed other than buying a butt plug for a one night stand.
We all know who he's talking about.
like literally, it would be one of those, like, for my paraphernalia and marijuana accessories, I'll never go back to the shed after going to Mysteries. Their prices are better. And you can go and get local made shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not like one of those hipsters like, yeah, fucking nope. I'm sorry, dude. We have too many talented fucking artists in Toledo not getting paid.
So, speaking of local, are either of you guys knife collectors?
Yes.
You are? On Detroit and Woodsdale, there's this little tiny pawn shop called 419 Deals. Some of the most amazing and really good knives I have ever seen. One of them I bought 4 years ago. Still, I've carried it around a few times. Still really good.
Hold up. As a disclaimer, because I know, it's the internet and haters gonna hate.
Yeah.
Guess what, haters? I got you a chair, because haters can't stand me being so good. So take a seat, bitch. In no way, shape, and form are we receiving any sort of money to talk about these companies or compensation to promote them.
We're doing nothing but just promoting our city. That's all we're doing.
I want to say that. Just for a fact that you know how some people are.
Yeah, we aren't promoting them. We aren't getting paid. Money. We're just.
There ain't no fucking sponsors here. Go away.
Yeah. There we go. You alright? We're good.
You good? The gun's good. Gun's good.
Give me the gun.
Yeah.
You alright?
That was the soft answers.
I didn't string it back up like
gun's good.
Blooper by your fault.
Alright, fire mechanism is fine. Cool. Can you set that over on the workbench or closer real quick?
Yes, sir.
Set it back up there.
No, normally I had a wire that there's a little, you can't see it from there. There's a nail here, and the wire goes in, and it wraps up and hangs off the wire. I hung it back on the screw. I forgot the wire, obviously. So that's how we're gonna. Every time every time Craker's on, we'll just have Craker. That be his opening line. We'll just say, "Here's Craker with our public service announcement." There is no fucking sponsors here.
So go the fuck away. But yeah, no. If you're a knife collector, they have some really cool stuff. They got some their knives do come sharp too, and they work.
Disclaimer: be careful.
Yeah, disclaimer: be careful. Don't hurt yourself.
I go to Woodburn Surplus.
That place is really good, but they're also kind of expensive.
Yeah.
Compared to this small little pawn shop, they're kind of expensive.
So yeah, on the topic of Toledo and stuff like that, I gotta censor myself real quick. As someone who's active in Toledo, you guys know what I'm talking about. We're not going to elude the situation. Just for the fact of there's a lot for what I'm going to talk about. In where I am in Toledo and what I'm involved in, people already know. I'm not trying to stir pots or whatever, because certain people aren't going to know because they don't know exactly what I'm talking about. You guys do. We were talking about it earlier. I'm sick and tired of some bullshit going around.
Okay.
And they need to grow the fuck up. Because if me and mine are able to make you more money, pull your dick out somebody else's ass and start giving us some shit. That's all I'm gonna say. No one's gonna ever hear it, but the people that need to hear it aren't gonna hear it and not know what the fuck what I'm talking about, but it needs to happen. Yeah. But anyway, so coming up here, and I don't know, we'll probably have a new episode up next week as well.
Hopefully.
Cat should be back. We'll have Cat and Cranker. Cranker gets to sit over there though.
Oh.
No, not like at the end of the table, but he's gonna be at that end of the table, and Cat's gonna be right here.
Of course.
My fucking show. And Cat already knows.
Oh, so, gotta say this real quick.
What's up?
I explained
Well, what time is it real quick? Real quick, I know we don't allow phones on set, but let's get a time check because I know you have to pick up the wife.
Half hour. Or an hour.
What time?
It's 6:30.
Oh, okay, so we still got time.
6:30. Yeah, we got time.
This is a
a tangent. We're gonna tangent off. Some people won't understand what we're talking about. You remember the joke I made with the spoon yesterday to Jen?
Oh my fucking god.
I explained it to her today, and she just. She just left because she asked me. She's like, "What was that about?
Why would you that about?" Okay, so
she agreed with it. She's like, "Yeah."
Oh, you explained it to Kat or Ashley?
No, I explained it to Jen.
Okay.
I explained it to Jen.
Looks like a man that just dodged.
Yeah.
No,
I explained it to Jen, and she laughed, and she's like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna shut up about it because there are people that watch this podcast that might know what the fuck's going on. Shut the fuck up.
But I just wanted to tell you, yeah, she agrees. She agrees. You gotta admit, it was funny.
So we've already done me and Danny. People already know who the fuck we are. So I'm just gonna give you guys the questions that we sort of answered, so people get to know you and what you represent coming to.
I've been on a few shows and haven't really.
Well, so we'll set it up because me and Danny, we did a complete introduction of why we're doing this. These are the unfortunate bastards we got sucked into it. You got who for lack there of a better term, loves the camera, Carl. This goofball ass motherfucker always winking at the camera. Hello,
yeah. How you doing?
I work with Mr. Carl. That's his backstory. Now we have Mr. Cranker. I met Mr. Cranker through other people.
D&D.
Cranker is so Carl's what I call a first step friend. I knew Carl, and it went Carl friend, first step friend. Cranker is the only like fourth step friend.
Friend. Cranker.
Cranker and Ron are the only like fourth step friends that I keep. Like oh okay, you meet those people. Oh, we'll hang out in the future, and it's like what the fuck is wrong with this guy? And you only meet them when you're around certain friends.
So I've actually got to ask: are you off today?
Yeah.
That explains why you're here. Usually
he'll be here next week.
Oh, he'll be here next week. All right. Work.
If he decides to do this again.
Now, if only we could get him off Tuesdays, he can come join D&D.
Life happens.
But hey,
life happens.
It is what it is.
Hey, I get him on Thursdays at least, so shut the fuck up.
Well, aren't you just lucky?
Thursday afternoon.
Thursday. Well, it's Thursday D&D.
They work me as a slave at my fucking store.
It's D&D though. That's what I was getting at. I at least get Cranker and me and Cranker met through D&D. And it's like, hey, I enjoy playing D&D with you. Hey, I enjoy playing D&D with you. If I have something come up, I'll say something.
Realize, some games, like D&D, we'll just sidetrack motherfucker. Marvel, some disturbed motherfuckers.
Oh, dude, Marvel. If you are able to, I'd come in and just tell you to come do a character study on the Marvel game, because you would look at all of us and be like, you guys are fucked up. You are all.
Either that or I'd be like,
No.
I want to make a character.
Well, possibly. You do have the twisted sense of humor I did. What was it? So we're playing as our characters. I'm not going to fucking explain Marvel. The security card. Okay. I'll say what I remember. Tell me what. So we left him with the last memory of him about to rape a bitch.
What?
And then he's going to wake up with his thumb up his ass.
What?
No, both thumbs behind his back, up his ass.
Okay. Naked.
Face.
With a dick in his mouth.
A dead guy's dick.
A dead guy's dick in his mouth. Face down in
Pile of shit. His own shit, too.
And he won't have any memory of what happened for 3 hours before that. The last memory he'll be is...
Oh, Andy's crippled.
And now he's crippled, too.
Oh, okay.
That was... This was also like we knocked everyone... We like killed or knocked everyone out in the panel. And they're like, oh, right. And then the game master, Dalton's like, all right. So you probably got to grab the uniforms and go down the hall. Wait, first we're going to... and we do all this. Alright, now we'll go back to the day. Fucking sidetrack.
Speaking of fucking games, man, did he tell you that yesterday my whole party in the Living Nightmare campaign left me to die? They just took off. Left me to die. In a,
well, it's a zombie game on crack.
It's with
you explained it to me.
With a group of cyborg mutants coming after me. They leave me. I had to crawl. Thank God I'm small, because I had to crawl under this little tiny ATV and hide. They left me. Of course, my wife, who's playing too, was actually role-playing and freaking out about it, like she would if it was really happened.
And then she got high.
And they got high.
In the game, they got lit.
And Kat decided to taunt a very well-known killer on the internet.
Well, my version of a very well-known.
Yeah, his version of a very well-known killer on the internet. She actually taunted him because she was so hot.
You know who it is, Jeff the Killer from Creepypasta. It's my version of Jeff the Killer.
So she took her eyelids and her Bowie knife and went with it.
Fun of him, and so she proceeded to get fucked up by him. But no, so the essential backgrounds to the two fat guys discussed repertoire. We already know yours. DC, Marvel. Which one do you lean more towards?
I gotta go with Marvel just for Deadpool.
Just for Deadpool.
Deadpool.
For whatever reason, Marvel over DC. Console or PC? As a gamer.
Usually it's fucking Microsoft console, but recently it's PC for obvious funding reasons.
Funding reasons. We already know you're a console gamer.
Yep.
And then the last thing it is fucking, yes, we already established D&D. So you fulfill the two fat nerds.
Hey. And people are gonna get pissed off for this. Like I tell my wife, we are not nerds, we are geeks, because we can get wives, we don't build them ourselves.
I'm a geek, shut up.
Yeah, I said geek.
I'm a geek and a nerd, it's okay.
You know what?
We got time. We got time on the podcast. I'm gonna end on this. Shut up! Geek, nerd, shut up. It doesn't fucking matter, okay? You're either a nerd or you're just not a nerd, okay? There's no show. It's not like, well,
I heard that saying a while ago and I found it funny as hell, so I stay with it.
Dude, okay, no. Just embrace it. It is the age of the nerd in general. We live in the age of the nerd. Technology's here. We have comic book movies that don't suck.
That don't suck. You had to emphasize that.
We have comic book movies that don't suck. We have amazing things going on in just pop culture that is because nerds. Walking Dead.
Coming back in October.
Unfortunately, now because, us in the West are now starting to make good games like Skyrims and Fallouts and...
We tell better stories.
Now Japan's like, oh, we can't make games anymore. Bullshit! Give us an actual decent Japanese RPG. Whoever makes it will be able to retire.
Yeah.
See what it is they're like the old man. They have to find that little pill that gets it back up for them.
There you go. That's the best analogy I've seen of fucking Japanese games.
It's almost as good as...
They're desensitized. They're desensitized.
That's almost as good as that one joke you made on Two Fat Guys Discuss. What was it? It was a long ass time.
Well, wait a minute.
But it was good.
It was, it was, fuck.
Way to bring up some shit that you can't even talk about. Like, yeah, you made this joke, and I laughed.
Whoa.
And that was it.
Watch, it'll come to me like tonight.
We're gonna turn off the camera, and he's gonna be like, oh! One shot, motherfucker, you get one shot. So next week we'll have Cat, possibly, more than likely.
No promises.
No promises. We'll be back.
Don't anger the internet. They feed you.
That's true. And
I got it.
Alright, what is it?
It was the whole there's no such thing as bad head, just too much teeth.
There you go. I don't see how that fucking ties into anything we were talking about, but...
You said something, and it was funny, and it reminded me of it. We're allowed to tangent. We're allowed to randomize, damn it.
Okay.
We're allowed to randomize.
So, anything else? Anything else for this week? I got no more news. Other than, apparently, Xbox One's Minecraft date got dropped, but...
Well, I seen his reaction to it, but I gotta ask you. You know Dead Island, right?
Yes.
Dead Island movie is going around.
No! No!
Because you know what's gonna happen? They're gonna give it to that fucktard Ooey Ball watch. They're gonna give it to the same motherfucker they gave Blood Rain to. Like, if... don't give it to... Like, I'll watch it. I'll give it a shot.
No, I don't even know if I want to.
I'll give it a shot as long as they don't give it to Ooey Ball.
You know what they're probably gonna do?
I'm scared.
Make a comedy horror movie out of it.
I'll watch that.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully.
Like a news...
At least it turns out that way. Even if that's not what they're going for, if it's shitty, I hope it turns out to at least that.
What is it? speaking of tangent, so comedy horror movie involving zombies. What was the last one we had? Zombieland.
Yeah.
Well,
I think we're owed one.
there was that, but they also did what was that? Where they go to all the fucking different bars and shit. There was that alien one. It was still kind of zombie.
Oh, The World's End. Yes, that works.
I haven't
that
seen
works.
it.
You haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it either, but
I want to.
have it. It's good. It's good. If you enjoy that their movie Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, I love Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead is
Shaun of the Dead.
I can't even call it a comedy horror movie or something like that.
It's comedy.
Shaun of the Dead is Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
It's Shaun of the Dead. And my favorite scene in that whole movie is when he goes out to the shed and he's got Ed fucking chained up playing video games. And fucking he just sits down there and he's starting to play video games and like Ed tries to eat him. He's like, and he brings up like a spray bottle. He's like, no, fucking play the game. We'll end this week. We'll end this week because we got times. And then next week we'll come back. We'll hear more from Cranker. We'll hear more from Aaron. We'll hear more from me. For Tangent.
I'm Carl.
Hey.
Cranker. I had to dumb it down.
I'm just turning off the camera at this point.
I'm sorry.